finish this board up. So yesterday I built the board and soldered it and finished that all up, put the LEDs in, and then I said I was going to flash it and program it off stream, and that became a much bigger task than I imagined. Basically, I couldn't get Bootmapper to see it on my Mac at all, no matter what port I used. Just didn't work at all. And the actual keyboard worked fine, but I couldn't get Bootmapper to like download the map or modify the map. It worked on Windows, but I knew I was gonna port it to QMK anyway, or install QMK anyway. So I was like, oh, I'll just do that. And then when trying to do that, that failed, and it had nothing to do with the Perl. It was actually a bug in QMK that someone introduced. So just a long night of like frustration trying to figure it out. And basically what it ended up being was contacting the person who did the most recent change on the PS2 AVR GB stuff for QMK, and he, this guy Seb 767, he very quickly did a pull request that resolved the problem. I patched it in. I was able to install QMK on this. So this is now running QMK, and then I programmed it as well. So it's completely working, which is great. I'm just trying to get some of the fingerprints and stuff off this brass plate before I put the keycaps on and clip this stuff and give it a shot and put it all together. I do need to lube these switches, but I don't have to do that today. I just basically want to get this actually tested and working. I shouldn't have touched the brass plate so much. I really, especially with hands that had the lube on them, I got just stuff all over this plate. So other than the programming thing, which was just a pain, but actually ended up, the pain was trying to figure out, I should have stopped trying to figure it out and just contacted the guy who wrote the change that could have broken it, because I wasted a lot of time setting up QMK on my Windows. I actually put it on my Surface Book because it was just an easier spot, but it's awful on Windows to try to use QMK because you have to install this, basically install apps that install Bash for you, so you're pretending to be on like a Linux box on your Windows PC, which is just bizarre. Much easier on the Mac, so that's where I tend to do all my programming for these things anyway. So, all right, that's pretty good. Just clip these LEDs since I know they work. So if you're doing a Perl and you can't seem to get QMK on it, and that it's possible that pull request hasn't landed, you can check the Perl forum on GeekHack. I linked to it, to the pull request there. Okay, so I actually don't know how, I think I have quite a bit of space in this case, so I don't know how short those LED feet need to be, but I think that's probably short enough. Let's see. My office is a disaster because I left this all kind of how it was last night when I stopped. And so there's keycaps everywhere, there's switch pieces everywhere, screws everywhere. A mess. Let's move this stuff out of the way. We don't need that anymore. And just verify I didn't break anything by clipping those LEDs. So we have layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3. Okay, those are working. And everything else is working. Cool. And unlike in the past, I did remember to put a reset button on one of my layers so I can actually reprogram the keyboard without having to take it apart. Actually, this keyboard doesn't really matter because you can hold a key when you plug it in, but I have had this keyboard off to the side here is a Centrac 60, which has a reset button, and this wood case doesn't have a hole for the reset button. So if you don't program a reset button, you have to take the case apart to get to it. And I made the mistake once. It was not cool. It's not cool at all. All right. Where on earth in this mess did I put my screwdriver? There it is. So I'm gonna make an assumption that this weight goes in with the big fat screws. Let's try it. No, those don't look quite fat enough. This pearl came with a lot of screws. Maybe these two really small ones. These are the smallest. So pick this up. Oh yeah, it's definitely the shortest screws. These actually look like they were just cut off. Oh, maybe not. Let's give it a shot. That looks about right. As I was programming this thing, I realized just how difficult it is to type on a 40% board, because the minute I started trying to decide what the layers should be, I realized like it's a nightmare. Like there's no good way to have a 40% board and do the kind of work that I do. I'm never gonna be able to use this as a daily driver, but it'll be fun to type on. Actually, I don't know if this should go soft side up, hard side up, or like matte versus shiny. I actually don't know if it matters. Kind of. It fits better if it goes this way, it feels like. But I'm also realizing. Oh. Okay. Wait, how does this actually? Oh, I see. Okay, so this ends up going. It's a weird one to put together. Okay, so let's move this. So I think we gotta go plate first. Into here. Come on. There we go. Let's do that, and then are these screws all the same? They look all the same. I see a couple of longer ones though. That looks like a longer one. That looks longer. That looks longer. Should have 4 of those, I assume. Yes. Okay. This little goofy screwdriver. So let's just use these short ones here. All right. Oh, this is kind of silly. Oops. Jesus, there are a lot of screws here. It'd take longer to screw it in than it did to build. Notice a trend on these NCS songs that like every song has some dumbass annoying sound in it. This one has the cat. There's the one that has like the Metal Gear Solid codec ringtone. Can't just be normal songs. Okay. So I'm realizing there's one downside to this kind of design, which is there's going to be a hollowness here. So I guess if you didn't care about the backlighting, you could foam it and not put in the diffuser, which I'm. So let's put it together with the diffuser, no foam, and see how it sounds. And if it is too echoey, then I'll say screw it to the diffuser and put some craft foam in there, because I would prefer a quiet board. I don't want to hear any pinging, so I'm always going to choose no LED effects over ping. I do not like that ping sound, so let's see what we end up with here. Okay, this is my only piece of feedback for the Pearl 40 kit. There should be at least one extra screw for each screw type. Now, I don't need it because I have them all, but you never know. I could lose one. It's always good if there's an extra screw in there. All right, so let's put it together and then see if it's hollow sounding. I'm starting to think it's going to be a little hollow sounding because of oh, that screw and stabilizer is like right up against that screw. Okay, that hole is stripped, which is not good. So he wasn't joking. He made a comment in the thing about being careful not to strip these, and I didn't even actually tighten that one all the way. It just stripped it right away. Well, that one feels like it's also stripped. Nope, okay, that one's okay. There's kind of like a weird bump of resistance before you actually hit the end here. So it seems really easy to strip these. Okay, that one's fine. So I only had one that, see, like this one doesn't seem like it's screwed in all the way. There's resistance, but I'm afraid if I turn this too far, I'm gonna strip it. Well, no, see, it pushed past that spot, so I don't, no, that one's stripped. Maybe not. Okay, maybe they have this weird, they feel like they're stripped, but they're not. Did I strip this one for real? Hard to tell. Which was the one? Yes, that one is actually stripped. The rest are not, so that's good. That's fine. There's no flex there. All right, so let's turn them over. Yeah, I can sort of, the writing's on the wall here. I think I'm gonna dislike the hollowness there, but let's give it a shot. This is strange. What are these two screw holes? What are these holes for? Am I missing something? Or are those just holes? No, they're just holes. Okay. Strange. Okay. Well, that's fine. So this guy goes this way. Well, actually, no, I can test this without even screwing it together to see if I think it's too hollow sounding. No. Actually, don't hear any. Okay. Cool. Then we'll do it with the diffuser for now. I may get rid of the diffuser long term. I don't end up using them on any of the boards, really, but I genuinely don't know which way this is meant to go. It doesn't look like it matters. So I guess we'll do... I wonder if it affects the lighting. Let's see how it could. You know, I'll do shiny side down since it's the side that's flush with another thing. And that. Pull them all together and try to line them up. One. Oh. The diffuser's a tiny bit too... Doesn't quite line up. It's not really like flush with the case. Let's just see if turning it upside down improves that at all. Maybe it is designed to go one specific way. Oh, I'm also realizing it could go either. Hold on. Oh, that feels. Is that more flush? It looks more flush. So if that's the case, it would be this way. That seems better. Let's try that. Actually, don't know if I just did the same thing twice. It's hard to tell. Also, it keeps giving off these little flakes of polycarb or whatever this is. All right, let's try that again. It's better. It seems better. Let's try it. Okay. Yeah, it seems better. Cool. And my weight is quite tarnished. It was actually like that when it arrived, I think because my weight was the one that had the number stamping issue. I think he had planned to have it redone, so he probably touched it quite a lot while he was looking at it, but I don't care either way. It's definitely hard to tell. There's something about the way these screws are drilled where they have a strange, like, a strange resistance feel to them that makes you feel like you're not. Okay, this one actually doesn't feel like it wants to go in at all. What's going on here? Interesting. Let's take this out for a second. What's going on here? The screw hole is screw's not going in here at all. And that hole is real close to the edge of that piece. Is that? Okay, this one doesn't want to go in at all. Neither did this corner. Let's see. Okay, neither of these screws will go in. That's not good. All right, let's take it apart again. Yeah, something about the threading here just doesn't feel right. Like across the board, all the screws so far, I don't know what it is, but I bet it doesn't feel quite right. Come out of here. It's also getting caught on that diffuser a little bit. This was the only screw hole, this back right corner, that went in feeling like a normal screw. Yeah, these two screw holes don't seem right at all. Let's definitely the polycarb plate is holding onto the screw a little bit more, which was another note about possibly needing to drill those holes a little bit larger. But that wasn't the part that was feeling strange. The part that was feeling strange was that I couldn't get the screw into this screw hole at all. Okay, now it's working fine. Maybe the diffuser was screwing it up. Let's try this one. The screws have very little tolerance. Okay, now it's working. Very little tolerance between the screw and the, like you can see, between the screw and the edge of the metal there is like probably the theoretical limit on tolerance for a screw there. It's very, very, very small. Let's try this one more time. I'm gonna start with this front corner screw just so I don't do this again where I gotta unscrew everything. Okay, that time it worked. I don't know, I guess I just needed to run the screw through and make sure it was the thread was working there. All right, let's see. Let's move this back one to find its spot. There we go. Yeah, the polycarb does block it a little bit. Just making it a little crooked. There we go. Okay. Did I lose one? Oh, I did lose one. How did I manage that? Oh, there it is. It's sitting on my other keyboard between the keys. I didn't see that happen. All right. Yeah, the diffuser doesn't want to play nice, so we gotta really. Come on, you bastard. There we go. One more. It's weird, all the other screws are magnetic, but these are not. All right, fine. Okay. Good. Put some feet on there, actually. Bet if I got some brass cleaner, I could probably detarnish that a bit, but like I said, it doesn't really bother me since I'm never going to look at the bottom really of the board. Also, if I had to choose, I don't think I'd choose that font for the word Pearl, so it doesn't really matter to me. All right, feet on. Let's clean this up a little bit here. Pieces of polycarbonate everywhere. Goofy little screwdriver. All right. Cool. Just plug it in, make sure it's still working. All right. Diffuser's working. Keys are working. Make sure our layers light up correctly. They do. Very cool. All right, so let's just throw some caps on here. Let's see. Oh boy, it's a mess in here. I think these are all the icon mods. Yes, they are. Oh, plus also the classic mass drop. Sorry. I don't actually know what this was. I forget what exactly that problem was, but looks like I don't know, something was fixed. Actually, I think that's what we're using here, so that works out for us. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and unplug this while I'm doing this so I don't press much keys. All right, we need, what do we need? Let me pull up that layout. I forget exactly when it'll be easier to look at it that way instead of having to. Where are you? Where are you, Safari? You're invisible. Cool. There we go. Okay, Pearl boards. Setup. Let's just look at the layout. All right. So, oops. We've got a 1, a 125, a 125. So 3 125 bottoms, 2 ones. Okay, and I hope I actually have. I don't actually know if Icon Mods kit has single. Is this even? Yeah, it is. Okay. What a mess. Oh, there's an escape key. Is nice. Okay, so we need a 125. Ideally, we need a 125 alt and 125. 125 alt, 2 125 alts, 2 125 metas, or equivalent. And then we need a 1, or actually, I'm sorry, we need a, hey, look, there's a Band-Aid mod piece there. Okay. So that's a 1.5. Geez, I don't actually think this has a 1.25. What is this? Well, that can work for a meta. So I can do the 2 metas. Like this. And like this. Those are fine. Oh, I don't got my... What are we, 225 here. And 275 here. Okay, I do, yeah. It's a little louder than I'd love here. I think it's, oh, we'll see. All right, and then we've got, do I have, I don't have a 125 alt. I do have a 1 control, and I do have a 1 alt. So those are what I need, but I don't have a 125 alt. I have a 1.5 alt, you bastards. Another 1.5 alt. Really? Really? That's unfortunate. Wait, am I yeah, no. Well, that sucks. So, do I have a 125 of anything else that's not control? I don't want to do control. Oh, also, this looks like it's the wrong... Is that the wrong thing? Yeah, that's... What am I looking for here? Well, so what we could do is, we could just grab a puller here. I think this is the wrong row anyway. Grab on, you bastard. Oh, that is the right row, but it doesn't matter. So I guess I could do... Is that a 1? Is that a 125? Oh, do I have 2 of these? Because I could... No, of course I don't. Of course I don't. Alright, well... So then, let's do... That's fine. It could just be... that, and then control can go there. Is that the right? It really feels like that is not correct. Yeah, it is correct. Huh? Looks strange. All right, yeah, that's good enough. All right, that's that. Now, I don't think I need any of these. Because I'll leave that escape key out, but I don't think I'm going to use that one. What was all this? This is part of the... Oh. Duh. Nice. Cool. Even better. How did I end up with... I made such a mess yesterday. Good lord. Okay, this is from Nautilus. Why is this here? Alright. So that's way better. Get this guy out of here. So I might need that for something else, actually. Put that there instead. Just leave that out for a second. Toss this. So, let's see here. Let's just do the stuff we know. Which I hate getting these out of here. Every single time I try to get caps out of a GMK thing, I always think, what's the best tool for this? And this is not it, but this is at least working. Come here. Just not enough clearance to grab them. Okay. And then what I did was left bracket, and I did backspace, which then can become right bracket. So I'm trying to decide, should it say backspace or should it just say right bracket? Because I'll remember that it's backspace, but I'll forget that it's right bracket. So I think it should actually be right bracket. Except where the hell is my... The hell? What's with the order of... The hell's going on here? These are put in here and so... I never checked this to make sure it was good, actually. Jeez. Now I'm looking at it, I'm making sure... Where the hell is my... Oh, you're kidding me. Wait a second. Am I missing... Did I take it out just a second ago and set it somewhere? Or am I missing the bracket? The right bracket. Oh, God. Alright, let's come back to that. That's great. These are in such a strange order, they're starting to make me nervous that pieces are missing. Oh, I can't get the keys out. Get out of my way. Oh, where are you going? Scooped. Ooh, actually, you know what? Well, I'd have to turn it on to see. Oftentimes the scooped keys look better on keys that have any lighting whatsoever, or on boards that have any lighting whatsoever, because the barred keys bleed light. So for right now, I'm just going to start with scooped. I'll try the other ones later. Where's my K? Okay. And then if I can get this damn thing out of here. Okay. So now in this one, it's a little silly. This is going to be the quote, but I can't put a quote here. So we're going to put... What are we going to put there? I don't want a red return. Do I not have anything but a red return? That would be kind of a pain. Well, I guess I could use... Is this the right... No, that's not good. Well, let's... Okay. This guy here. And I think I'm gonna go with blue rather than red here. Oh, right. Right. That is the wrong... Okay, do I happen... Let's see. I don't think Yuri had a 40 kit. So it should be included in here. Well, now I'm back to this sack of junk here. Top right, that's the backslash. I'm actually missing the right bracket. And now, it's possible it's sitting here on my desk. That I somehow took it out when I wasn't paying attention. And put it somewhere. But, I don't actually see it in the... Huh. Oh, but you know what? I am seeing other parts here. I must have... Yeah, it's in here, I'm betting. I don't remember doing this, but I must have pulled stuff out of there at some point. Or they were misplaced into a different spot of the... Alright, now I get to do this fun thing again. It's a real mess. Oh, yep, there it is. I don't know why it was there. That's very strange. I didn't take it out. I never opened this thing until today. It must have been in a different container that I did open. This is strange. All right, so I need a, what is that, row 2? Key that's gonna work for... Nope, that's not right. But that'll actually work for... Get them out of here. Wow, the tolerance is really short here. Can we do... Is that? No, that's a 1.5, isn't it? It's gotta be a 1.25. Oh boy. This is gonna be hard. Well, so you know what? We could just do this. Oh no, that's not gonna be right either. Oh man. None of these are gonna fit that. Well, that's problematic. I think I'm gonna have to use, because the tab is not even the right. I'm not thinking clearly about what the heights are of this row. Is that? No. Oh boy. Well, this is becoming more of a pain in my ass than I realized it would be. None of these are the same. Z. Now, I don't think I have a... Do I have a... I see a 125 shift in the Word printed caps here, but I don't see one in the non-word printed versions, which is a problem. Oh, yes I do. Cool. Okay, so we need to do not a lot of good options here. Not a lot of good options. I need a caps lock, but marked as tab, which is just not really going to be a thing, so we're going to have to mismark this. That's actually not a huge deal, but let's see. All right, because I don't even think I have a... I think that is gonna be, yeah, it's the same as that. Okay, I don't have a choice then. It's gonna have to be caps lock. Or control, I suppose, but either or. Alright, where's the, okay, we'll just have to use, well, I don't want to use the printed one because none of the other things have legends or are just icon legends, so I don't want, I think that's the down arrow, yeah. Oh shit, that's too big. Damn. Oh, I might be stuck with this. Yeah, these are, it's the wrong size. Boy, this Yuri kit is has the most options of basically all my kits, and even this one does not have enough coverage here to do this the way I would want. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm wondering. I actually don't have a key at all that would fit this and match the. That's a bummer. I don't even have a single key that could go here that would match the sculpt, which is kind of nuts. I don't have a single 1.25 that matches that row. Oh, and it's great because I have the same problem on both sides. I need two 1.25s in a row. I have none. That is a real shame. So I'm gonna have two keys that are too tall. Yuck. Yuck. Yuri, you are failing me. Yeah, I don't have anything that would fit this. That row has absolutely no 125 coverage at all. I don't even have. I have nothing that would approximate that either. Like it's, oh man. Oh, yuck. Okay. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Ugh, that's hideous. That is hideous. So I guess I could do, I mean, since we're going down this road, it doesn't really matter what goes here either. They're both gonna be malformed. Ugh, that's really disgusting. That's a shame. I don't realize I don't have anything for the escape key either because I would have to be in the wrong row. So an escape key is also going to be the wrong height here. Noticeably the wrong height. God damn. Yuck. All right, well, there is something we can do on that front, actually, which is we could just use one of the Cyrillics for that. Because I do have the Cyrillics kit. It's a little silly, but at least it would be the right height. The Cyrillics won't solve my other problem, unfortunately. But you can use Cyrillic for the escape key. I'll just use the J for now. Whoa, what? Oh no, obviously that's not gonna work. I have to pick the right. Boy, oh boy. Jesus, this is gonna be a disaster when I'm done here. Okay, what row is that? Let's use. Here, we'll just use yeah. No, we'll use, that's not the right row either. Let's try you. Yeah, that's the right size. Okay. Oh, those are awful. All right, so definitely gonna have to try. I think I'm gonna end up with a different key set on this board because I'm not gonna put up with this BS. But I'm also realizing I may not have any set that could approximate what I need here. Let's try. What did I set this to? I've already forgotten. There we go. Okay. Take my earphone off so I can hear this. Boy, those are loud. I might be able to quiet that a little bit somehow, more with some foam under it, maybe. I don't know. It's not the worst, but it's not ideal. These sound terrific, though. Let's just see if we have all of our layers working here. Those work. Those work. Cool. All right. Very disappointed. Very disappointed about these two keys, though. They are really killing my vibe here. I'm wondering, do I have an enter key that's smaller? No. Huh. Okay. So to make this work, I would need a set that has two 125s in row 2. I don't know if I have a set that has that, to be honest. So I might just be stuck here, which is unfortunate because it's really noticeable. From the top, you probably can't see it, but from the side, you can see that these two keys are not the right profile, which is always the thing with customs. If you do anything outside of the ordinary, you're always basically like trying really hard to get anything to look good, and it is a struggle. I wonder, can I use this? So it sucks to have to go back to having a legend key here, but I'm wondering if this control is actually the right. No, that's not right either. Maybe? Hard to see. Actually, I guess I could just test it against one of these. No, it is not. Yeah, no, this set, I just don't have the options. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. All right, well, I can look for another set that I'm wondering actually. Since I've already got kind of tied myself all up here, that's good. Let's just take a look real quick at what our options are with this SA set. Well, you know, but I bet you I don't have spacebar support. No, not even close. Not even close. I think that's going to be a very, very difficult problem to solve. I just don't think there's actually going to be a set that is going to have those keys, or at least a set that I have, because I don't actually have 40 support on a lot of the sets that I own, because I don't have a lot of 40 keyboards. So it's going to have to live like that for now. Cool. Well, that's it. That's there's a giant mess here, but it's a working board. Just slide some of these over here. So that's the finished product there. A little diamond icon, even though this is called a pearl, whatever. And that's what it sounds like. Pretty good. Pretty good. Considering this is not lubed at all, nice and quiet. It'll get even a little bit quieter, I think, when I lube it a little bit. Pretty good. Aside from that software issue, which was pretty easily resolved once I realized what's going on, and aside from the fact that 40s are impossible to put caps on without having some silliness like these, it's really neat. It's really well made. It's very heavy, feels very solid, really good anodization. Like, it just looks really nice. So attention to detail is very high. If you can get your hands on a pearl and you like 40s, I think this is definitely worth it. The little LED cutout's it's a nice touch. It looks really nice. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.